Manav Rachna presents New Age Parenting.
Hello and a very warm welcome to New Age Parenting. Today we'll be talking about teenage relationships. We all want our children to be safe and comfortable. Parents fear when the child wants to get into a relationship, not only because we feel that we'll lose our child to someone else, but also as an adult we understand that every commitment, every relationship demands time, energy and focus. And as a parent, we understand that child is not mature enough to understand these vows and these commitments. On the other hand, the age of the child also matters because this is a time when the child can get physical, which can be very complicated. On the other hand, a lot of parents think that their child cannot get into a relationship because he or she is too young. But what is the reality of today's children? Let's get a glimpse. Teenage relationships, or to say preteen relationships, are a reality in most of the children's life today. Invariably, a child, before he or she turns 13, they have been through one or a couple of relationships. A relationship which blossoms either because of mutual attraction or peer pressure. The boy or girl proposes, hangs around with each other, feels the love, excitement rush, exchange gifts, sneak classes, hold hands, and when it starts getting suffocating, or the child gets caught by the parents, one of them dumps the other, goes through heartbreak, goes through pain, but again start looking for the adrenaline rush and feeling of commitment, and hence another relationship. In Soul Searching today, we have two special guests. We have two Gitikas. We have Mrs. Gitika Mehrotra, who is the parent of two young children, and we have Gitika, who is a student of class 11th Manav Rachna School. A very warm welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Gitika ji, why as a parent we are afraid, we fear of our child, our teenager getting into a relationship?
What I personally feel is it's maybe they will indulge into it physically, or maybe they will get hurt somewhere, or it will become too traumatic for them, or they will diverge from their goals or aims in life.
But the first fear is that they'll get physical.
Physical, yeah.
First thing I want to ask you, Gitika Junior, is that when a teenager gets into a relationship, is it to experience a physical relationship?
No, not at all. We get into a relationship, then it is just sheer liking. Then later on gets the physical part.
What happens to the social status of the children, of the couple who are in the relationship?
It gets a little high. They are considered to be cool. So if a friend of mine or even I am in a relationship, then I'll be considered in the cool group, that I have a boyfriend and she's cool and something like that.
And what happens to their social life once they are in a relationship?
The social life is totally spoiled. You cannot hang out with your friends, your parents, you spend less time with them, your siblings, and it's all.
When is the time when the parent comes to know about it, that my child can be in a relationship?
By 7th or 8th grade, they are aware, because the children start, they start hiding things from them. They are on phone. The moment, they will not, mothers come in and they bang down the phone, that they don't want them to listen to her. That is the time when, you should sit and talk with your children.
But what usually happens when the mother is able to feel that the child is hiding, has started hiding? What is her first reaction, and how does she actually intervene?
She gets, she gets inquisitive. We get inquisitive. We want to know, what are you? You must be something wrong. They are hiding it because they are doing something wrong.
Why I just react and I clam up or I create fear?
It is maybe we have a feeling of losing our children to someone else, which we cannot take, or maybe we think that they are too immature to take a right decision at that age. We feel that they will take a decision which is not right for them. They will, and at a young 7th or 8th grader, we want them to be more focused on studies rather than falling back onto all these emotional things. For mothers, it's like you're wasting your time thinking about a girl. Study more.
But being in a relationship and thinking about someone doesn't mean that you spend all your time on that. When you're studying, you can actually study and forget about that.
Even if the child is getting attracted and we fear, why do we stop them from meeting?
I would want if my son, who is a young fellow in 10th grade, he is in a relationship at present, and I don't mind him speaking to her. It is a long distance, you can say, but they speak to each other, but yeah, it should not hinder with the other things that he has to do.
But it's not the same with everyone.
Yeah.
They react in a different way for girls than for boys.
Because there are more
They
fears.
put more limitations in everything.
Because there are more fears.
Fears, they
This is
fear.
what I would like to know, that what are the fears? Is it that you don't have faith in your daughter, faith in your child? Or is it that, what makes you actually restrict your child?
Maybe being a mother of a daughter makes you more protective towards them. You have that, they are vulnerable, more vulnerable than the boy. Boy can handle, yeah, we do have that thing in our minds, that girls have to be protected, boys can protect themselves. So maybe we have that
Maybe
fear.
physically, but
Yeah,
how about emotionally?
Emotionally, yes. Yes.
How about emotionally? Aren't boys as vulnerable as girls are?
They are, but then we do not think that way,
What causes the dumping or rejections or breaks?
If my friend has a better girlfriend or a better boyfriend, surely he'll want a better one. So therefore, this is a reason they'll reject you.
Better means better looking, academically better, culturally better. What better?
Basically, it's better looking these days.
How does the dumping happens? You just say that I'm not with you anymore. What happens? What are the real words? Because they can have everlasting impact on the other person. This is what I want to ask.
They can have an everlasting impact on the other person, but the other person does not think that way. He just speaks his heart that I don't want to be with you. Okay, finish, done.
And what happens when somebody dumps you, somebody rejects you, or there's a heartbreak?
It has a very serious impact on his life, his studies, everything goes haywire. He's not able to concentrate, get back to his normal life. He gets too much of frustration, anger into his life, and he's not able to interact properly with his parents, friends.
What is the role of a parent at this time?
Firstly, most of them don't even know about it, that their kid is in a relationship, because we don't tell them, basically because we think they won't understand. So they don't know about it, so how are they gonna react and guide us through the way? So the main thing is they should get a more open so that we can tell them the things.
And how much time it takes after dumping or heartbreak to get into another relationship? You crave for it.
Yes, actually it depends how serious you were for that person. If it was like normal, then it doesn't matter if he has even dumped. You will get into another one the next day if you want. Or if it is a very serious one, it takes too long to get into that.
How many kids you've seen in your class who are in relationships?
Almost all of them, except some, like 90% are.
And parents are not even aware.
No, because that is what the thing is. They don't understand, they're not that open. That is why we have problems with them.
Where are we failing as a parent, Ansil? We really need to know.
We should have discussions with our children, open-hearted, not arguments, it is discussions. We should listen to them, understand them, and at times, I feel, the children should also understand us, because we are basically not trying to harm them, we are trying to show them the correct path. When my daughter came and told me in her 11th grade that she is going steady, I just wanted to meet the boy. I just wanted to meet the boy. The moment I met the boy, I was convinced that she had chosen a good boy. One thing that I had made it very clear to my daughter, if you go anywhere, I should be known before anybody else can tell me. It should be
known
to
to
me,
me, yeah.
through you, that you are at this place with him for a movie, for a lunch. And I even wanted her to be home not very late in the night.
Yes, actually, it's not the same with everyone. She's open, but most of the mothers are not. If you tell them you're in a relationship or you like someone, then they'll react in different ways. They won't want you to go out with someone because they care so much about the society that what will people say, your image will be spoiled. And they care so much about it that they don't know about the happiness and how should they bring it, bring us up.
But do you think teenage relationships are actually doing good to kids, or they are bringing more pain and heartbreak and stress? What is your take?
They're actually bringing in more pain and heartbreaks, but it actually even gives you happiness in the beginning.
Gitika and Gitika ji, thank you so much for being a part of this show. And in fact, we have a small gift hamper for you. Just look under the table. There is a gift hamper from Nature's Essence for both of you, the beautiful ladies, so that nature's bounty remains with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Soul Searching openly tells us what are the fears of the parents and, of course, what are the needs of the children, why they want to get into these relationships, what is it that they're getting out of these obsessions, and they are becoming obsessive relationships. Each time getting into a relationship, going through the heartbreak and feeling the rejection can create lifelong scars for every child. And this can be very hurting for the personality of the child. In fact, these circumstances will keep coming back in his or her life. If the old system of restrictions or counseling is not working, we need to look at our own systems. We really need to look at our own belief systems. We need to change. As a parent, we'll have to understand the spiritual significance of these new age kids and what is the significance of a relationship, how to counsel that child in a different way. To know more about New Age Parenting workshops, call now 971-871-9806, 011-4056-5900 or mail us at info@newageparenting.net.
Manav Rachna presents New Age Parenting.